But I suppose I'll go with a big question overall. With Ireland's success in the Six Nations, yes, they lost in the quarterfinal of the World Cup to New Zealand, who they played first up. Biggest game, one of the biggest games of the year. But New Zealand, Fiji, Australia, and Argentina. What is now seen as a success? Is it 4 out of 4, Matt? And it's simple as that? Or which way do you break it down?
Stuart, it's an interesting topic, isn't it? Look, I think if we take a step back, South Africa are definitely the best team in the world, and the only real, like, forget the world rankings, I'm not criticising them, but they're a very imprecise tool, because not until everyone plays each other, the top 10 teams play each other in the same calendar year, the world rankings aren't accurate. So let's forget where Ireland are and what that is. And I'm not criticising World Rugby. That's the only tool they've got. The real tool is winning World Cups. South Africa at first, and in the 12 months since then, there's no argument can be mounted to say they're still not first. The difference between South Africa and the next three teams, which is New Zealand, Ireland, and France, in my opinion, is very small. And New Zealand, they have gone so close to South Africa. They've lost 4 in a row, first time in decades since that's happened. They could have won the World Cup final, and they should have won the first test in Johannesburg. Now, they didn't, but that tells you the margins are small. Ireland are taking on New Zealand, and like everyone's writing off New Zealand. I find this absolutely staggering that they're writing off New Zealand. The New Zealanders are going through a big change, new coach, where South Africa and Ireland have had the same staff, many of the same staff for 8-9 years. So it is a change. And this New Zealand side's going to get better. Obviously,
have they lost a bit of their X factor, Matt, or do you not see it like that?
No, I don't agree with that. I find that. Look, to lose a bit of your X factor, what that means, there were 2 World Cup cycles where they were the dominant team in the world. That's not where they are right now. South Africa hold that mantle. But to think there's some pushovers and some weak team, I just think that's such an oversimplification, because the South African side is a great side. This current South African group of players and their coaching staff, they are one of the great sides of the last 25, 30 years. There's no two ways about it. But that doesn't mean the New Zealanders are terrible. They're not the best. They're number 2, with Ireland around that number 2 side. So I heard Justin Marshall say something really brilliant the other day. And he went through each side and said how great they were. South Africa, the best scrum, best line-out, best maul, best defence. Ireland, best phase attack. New Zealand, best counter-attack. France, probably second best in all of those categories. So that depends on the game you play, where New Zealand are. And so you're going to have Ireland's great phase attack against New Zealand's fantastic counter-attack. So your kicking game becomes important. If you kick poorly against New Zealand, you can win, as Australia proved in 2 tests where Australia played actually all right of the 4 halves. They played all right for 2 halves. But I actually believe that first test is going to be the biggest challenge for New Zealand. I think they'll definitely beat Australia and Fiji. The Australians may improve very much on the tour. We'll come back to them. Do not write off Argentina. Felipe Conopami has got this Argentinian side back to being a world-class outfit. They got their Triple Crown, beat South Africa, New Zealand, and Australia. New Zealand, which is an incredible feat for Felipe just coming in as a new coach. And they also beat France in Argentina. Now, it's a very weakened French side. I understand that. But that's still a pretty good record for the first few weeks. So Argentina aren't going to be a pushover. But Ireland will be better against Argentina because they have a week together. Coming together and playing New Zealand on that Friday night at Lansdowne Road at the Aviva, that will remain a massive challenge. If Ireland can win that, I think that's a great achievement, because the Kiwis are wounded. They are angry about their record against Ireland, and I do mean angry. And the media are setting Ireland up as well as red-hot favourites. And I think Ireland are favourites, but not red-hot. You can never put a New Zealand team down like they've been put down in the media. And I think it is a gross over-exaggeration of where that team really is.